Hello viewers, at Geelong Let's Talk today we're talking to Luke Paolini from Pro Trades. Pro Trades creates referral partnership systems for subcontractors in the construction industries. They also streamline business development management services for the small business sector. Okay, folks. Okay, viewers. Today I'm talking to Luke Paolini from Pro Trades, and he's tell us a bit about Pro Trades, Luke.
No worries. Yeah. So basically, Pro Trades is a subcontractor kind of introduction marketing service where we contact the ideal target markets of subcontractors, usually in construction industry. So our clients are generally electricians, plumbers, concrete grinders, glass fence balustrading companies that are looking to connect and generate create referral networks with people like builders, architects, facility maintenance companies. Real estate agents is another one, and we basically the bridging point. So we help them get their name out there using the phone and the email and LinkedIn. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so it's a bit of a
just giving us a real day example of what you can do for trade people.
Yeah.
So for instance, a case study sort of
thing. Yeah, so essentially what we do, I mean, look at, when you get down to the bare bones of it, it's a bit of telemarketing with a little bit of direct marketing using LinkedIn. So as I say, as an example is our glass balustrading client. He's based in Melbourne. He does pool fences. And so each day, what we'll do is we'll jump on the phone to people like landscapers and pool builders, and we'll give them a ring and just say, it's Luke calling from Pro Trades. Just wanted to give you a bit of information on it. We've got a client who's a glass balustrading company. Send through their information and just see if there's a need there, if they might have any work or projects coming up in the future that they'd like quotes on, that sort of thing. Yeah.
So is that based mostly in Melbourne, Geelong, or all around?
Yeah, so we've got clients in Geelong, Melbourne, and Sydney at the moment. So most of our clients are in Melbourne right now, with a couple in Sydney and just starting in Geelong. Obviously, Geelong's a bit smaller of a market, but there's still plenty of builders and real estate agents there. So yeah, we've sort of just kind of starting there. But yeah, it's mostly those are the three kind of main cities, but we're always looking to sort of branch out as well.
I did take a sneaky peek at your profile, and I was interested to see that you actually studied graphic design. Now, this is really far removed from anything design or creative. I know it's creative in its own way, but you know what I'm talking about. How did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I studied graphic design back in 2007, 8. So that's like 11, 12 years ago, a long time ago. And it was just out of high school. So in high school, I've always been a drawer. I like drawing, and it was a hobby. And I sort of thought I'd just, take that to try and get a job in that sort of area. And I did some work experience at the Addy, at the Geelong Addy, and sort of found that it was different than what I thought. I mean, I was just sort of a young guy and just sort of thought it would be, drawing and having a bit of fun and doing a bit of artistic stuff, but there's a lot more to it. And so I ended up trying a load of different jobs early on, all sorts of jobs. And I sort of found that graphic design would actually, first, it was pretty hard to get into as an industry. You needed quite a good portfolio of work and previous experience and things. So it was difficult. So I ended up, I think, just kind of, it was there, and it's definitely helped me across my work life, having that sort of background. But yeah, I didn't really sort of have that huge passion for it. I think that you need to make something like happen in graphic design. So yeah.
How did that become what you're doing now? Like, what was the transition? How did that transition?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So I've always been a people person, and so I always found myself filling roles in jobs in retail and retail, and then in retail into sales, and then doing sales for, I had a website web design kind of marketing business in 2012, 2013, which was, again, very young, and sort of I didn't actually personally make the websites. I did outsource them. So I would basically work with clients in Geelong to get their, just basic websites made, and help them with a bit of online marketing, online SEO and AdWords and things like that. And so sort of from there, I went and worked in a digital marketing company in Melbourne, and in Melbourne, just getting more experience and learning more about online marketing and things like that. And that was again in sales. So I was in sales there. And then I was from that point, if you look, you can see on my LinkedIn, I was doing marketing management for a number of companies, including our family business. And essentially, it kind of led me down the role of, well, in my own business, for other businesses, I've done a lot of cold calling, I've done a lot of networking, and I just found that it works really well. And so I thought, well, the trade market, construction, these guys, they're on the tools all day. They don't really have time to be making phone calls, to be doing networking. So that's where we kind of come in and help them with that. That's kind of, that's sort of the brief issue.
Yeah, and it's a fairly, well, it's not really niche, but it is sort of niche because you've chosen the tradies and the construction workers to work with. You find them easier to work with, or do you think you've grown a reputation there?
Well, it's kind of, I sort of fell into it because calling, I started cold calling, but way back, selling websites, and tradies were kind of the easiest to get onto because their mobile phones are easy to find, and you can give them a call and just see if they're looking for help with that sort of thing. And so from there, that I just was so used to talking to them and their language, learning their language, and being able to learning more and more about all the trades and what they're after and who they're after, that I kind of just went off that knowledge and then decided, well, I can take this knowledge now and help them. I know more about their target markets. I know like the sort of work they want to get, and I can now translate that and basically be kind of a salesman for them on the phone with the people that they want to do work for. So yeah, it's a bit of a transition.
I'm starting to get the picture that you're sort of like almost a PA for a tradie to get more work in for them and be an advocate for them between you and, or them and the whatever trade you might be looking for.
Yeah, that's it.
For them, like the contractors, Yeah,
that's it. And it's a business development manager role. In any kind of company, if you have a BDM role, that's their job, is to be on the phone, making things happen, trying to get relationships started with companies, and it's just taking that to that, basically that level for them. So yeah, and
I suppose over time you would have established some pretty key contacts with certain types of trades that you can refer others onto. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, our clients generally are targeting the same kind of businesses, and so we are in contact with the same businesses quite a bit, and that way we've got our own relationship with them as well as sending our clients' information to them. So, over time, if the companies we're talking with need a specific trade, we can then go back to either our clients, or we can help them find people in that industry that they're after as well.
Great. And what's your link to Geelong? Have you always lived here, or?
Always lived in Geelong. The only other place I lived was Melbourne for a while when I worked there. But I grew up in Geelong, back in Conowurry before it was Warralilly, and and lived in Belmont, and currently living out in Newcombe at the moment. So I love Geelong.
So what sort of message would you want to tell our viewers how you can help them?
Well, I would say to the Geelong Small Business Network as a whole, I would say if you're not doing any kind of outreach over cold outreach over the phone or email or LinkedIn, you should definitely be jumping on that. It doesn't really even matter what sort of business you are. There's so much that can be achieved by picking up the phone and calling people that can refer you work or are your direct customers. I would just highly recommend to do it. I've now had 2 businesses that have been built from the ground up from that, from cold outreach, whether it's phone or email. I'd highly recommend phone if you can sort of, it's scary for a lot of people and it's got a lot of stigma around it. But if you can approach it the right way and have the right mindset, you can. Everyone wins. You're not necessarily being super annoying to people if you can just be friendly and just see if there's a need there to help them. But that would be my advice, I guess, for GSBN, is just jump on the phone, reach out to the people who are either related to your industry or are direct clients, and just start having chats with them. Yeah.
And can you help people, teach people how to do that? Like, if they don't necessarily want to go directly through you, can you train them? Have you got the training capacity to help people with?
I'm always open to talking to people if they want some help with it, for sure. Like give me a call, give me a message in Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to talk about. I think the biggest thing, if I was going to give any one big bit of advice, is having the right mindset about it, and not having the mindset of, okay, what can I need to make this call to try and get like a sale or something. Have the mindset of, can I help the person I'm talking to? Can I help them? If I can't help them, which is going to be the case a lot of the time, they don't need the help. They're not a good fit for you. Then I'm happy to just say, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Goodbye. And then that's it. But that's the biggest thing I'd say in terms of a mindset. But no, I'm happy. I'm always open to help people, for sure. That's what I love about the Facebook groups. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that the skills that you've acquired that you help with tradies are transferable to other industries as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, tradies haven't been my only clients, so it's the majority of what we do. But as I said, I've done digital marketing, cold calling, and for business coaching as well. There's a lot of, it's just the capacity to, I guess, get over that hurdle of being a bit afraid or intimidated to pick up the phone and call people you've never spoken to before, and looking for opportunities with them. I think that's universally transferable. I've helped friends get jobs doing this. I had a friend who was straight out of trade school and was basically looking for an apprenticeship. And so I said, pick up the phone, call builders. And he got an apprenticeship, I think, within a couple of weeks of doing that, just picking up the phone, talking to builders, and got himself work out of it. So I think it applies to work. I think it applies to business as well. So yeah, definitely 100%.
It's been fantastic talking to you and getting to know all about how you can help other people. It's given me a lot more understanding of what you're doing, and hopefully the viewers can relate to it too. So thanks for that, Luke. Thanks for joining us, and I'll let you go, and hopefully we'll hear more about you. Good on you.
Great. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks so much.